for success. The time by Sagicor Bank is 7.
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan pa.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m.
on CVM TV.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
This time on Small Biz, Big Dreams, we visit Super Wholesalers Chemicals, whose products will leave your house fresh with a scented expression. This is Small Biz, Big Dreams. Carl Wilson is the owner of Super Wholesalers Chemicals and Accessories, a business he launched in 2017 after spending more than 2 decades in the chemicals industry.
We had started out with 2 locations, which this one here in Portmore and there was one in Maypen. However, because of the proximity to getting back from Kingston to Maypen and all of that, and other few challenges.
CVM News at 7, Senate debates pension reforms. Integrity proposal stirs more debate. Opposition pushes for FLA review. El Nino raises concerns over heat and water supply. How being neighbors to a primary school is impacting the lives of inmates and students. And a former PNP MP for Northwest Manchester, Dean Peart, is dead. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 for Sunday, July 12, 2026. I'm Carolyn Brown. Thanks so much for joining us. The latest debate on regulations aimed at expanding how pension funds are invested sees government and opposition senators agreeing on the need for stronger retirement security while differing on the pace of reform. Kevin Black has more on that development in the Senate at the start of the weekend.
The Senate on Friday began debate on regulations that would increase the share of pension funds allowed to be invested in private equity as part of broader reforms to Jamaica's retirement system. Speaking during the debate, Government Senator Cavan Gale said the changes are intended to improve retirement outcomes for Jamaican workers while supporting greater investment in the local economy.
The regulations today features an increase in investment from the private equity, moving from 5% to 7.5%, with a further 10% by April 2027. Jamaica's pension industry manages approximately $847 billion in assets. Increasing this allocation to 7.5 could make more than $21 billion available to support Jamaica's businesses, infrastructure and innovation.
He also called for reforms to expand coverage and make retirement savings more accessible.
We have to expand pension coverage, particularly for workers in the informal sector. Even the domestic workers need to be contributing to some sort of a plan in planning for their retirement. We believe that pensions are not merely financial instruments. They are pillars of social stability, economic resilience, and a better quality of life for generations to come.
However, Opposition Senator Keisha Anderson said while the objectives of the regulations are worthy, more attention must be paid to the low number of Jamaicans participating in pension plans.
There are 820 pension plans, only one more than the year before, and only 358 of those are active. So we have a lot of pension plans, but they're not necessarily active. And therefore, for them to be encouraged to be a part of Jamaicans who are saving towards their retirement.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
And the Senate Standing Orders Committee opened discussions on whether its rules are keeping pace with today's technology. Members spent hours reviewing how electronic devices are used during Senate proceedings. Kevin Black continues.
Senate Standing Orders Committee is considering changes that would modernize the rules governing the use of electronic devices during parliamentary proceedings. Members reviewed a redraft that would allow devices to be used to access or present information during debates, subject to the presiding officer's approval.
Proposed redraft based on the deliberations as reflected in the minutes is as follows. Members shall be prohibited from using devices referred to in paragraph 1 for external communication during proceedings of the Senate or in committee, except when strictly required to access, acquire, or present data to support parliamentary presentations and debate. Any such use remains subject to the final approval and discretion of the President or Chairman in committee.
Opposition Senator Floyd Morris argued that while technology plays an important role in parliamentary work, there should still be clear guidelines to ensure members remain attentive and show respect to colleagues while debates are underway.
If an individual is consistently on his or her phone doing whatever they are doing, it would be difficult to pay that sort of respect. And that is why, I would support having some form of guide in terms of the use of the technology in the parliamentary space, because members are required to pay attention and accord respect to each other whilst they are participating in the debate.
And Government Senator Shireen Golding Campbell shared a different view, arguing that Parliament should move away from trying to police members' use of their devices, given their importance for research and legislative work.
I did not hear the proposed redraft Chairman, but I'm actually not much interested in the redraft because I am much more interested in the exclusion of it altogether. And I think my reason for saying that is, this question of policing what members are doing on devices during a sit-in is not just a little absurd to me, it's impossible to determine. The concept of this provision for me its time has expired.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
A proposal to shift oversight of lawmakers' financial declarations away from the Integrity Commission is sparking debate over transparency and accountability. We go back to Kevin Black for the details.
The debate over who should review the financial declarations of members of parliament is intensifying, following a proposal by Government Minister Matthew Samuda for the Financial Investigations Division to take over that responsibility from the Integrity Commission. Principal Director of the National Integrity Action, Dr. Gavin Myers, says the current system should not be abandoned.
The Integrity Commission has been the organ of government, organ of the state that has been doing this for years. Before this, it was a Parliamentary Integrity Commission that was doing it. And I'd just like to say generally that we want to have a parliamentary committee or a parliamentary commission dealing with this, because it would be difficult to see the FID or any organization that reports to a minister being the one to look at the activities or such of any.
Dr. Myers explained that moving the review process to the Financial Investigations Division could create concerns about independence as the entity falls under executive control.
There is a certain way things should be done, and we have seen the work being done. So I wanted it to be that there's some independent body that we know of, and we know how they come about and what they're aimed to do.
Jamaicans for Justice Executive Director Michael Jackson outlined, while the review process can be examined, the solution must protect the independence of the anti-corruption framework.
I don't think the Integrity Commission should be reviewing its own statutory filings, and the simple reasoning is this: the FID currently sits under executive control. So if one were to remove the Integrity Commission doing review of itself, then the question is, should the Auditor General then be equipped, or do we have an external audit committee of sort that would get certain protection removed from executive control to ensure that fairness procedurally is there?
Kevin Black, CVM News.
On a somber note now, former Member of Parliament for North West Manchester, Dean Peart, is dead. In a statement on Sunday, the People's National Party, the PNP, says it mourns the passing of the former Cabinet Minister, Councilor and Mayor of Mandeville. According to the PNP Secretariat, Dean Peart was a proud son of Manchester and the PNP who carried forward the legacy of his father, Ernest Peart, and served alongside his brother, former Speaker of the House, Michael Peart. Peart won the North Manchester seat 5 consecutive times, serving his constituents for 22 years in government. He served as Minister of State or Minister with responsibility for several portfolios, including Labour, Environment, Lands and Local Government. The party says it extends deepest condolences to his wife, Vinette, his children, the entire Peart family and the people of North West Manchester. Do stay with us. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation. Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer.
Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
Could I
innovation, all inclusive flex. Yeah. Heart touch a million cash. Yes. Smart TV, PS5, and home upgrade.
Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Sign up or switch to postpaid or Digicel Plus. Buy a SIM. Top up with 5 bills or more. Buy a 7-day plan or higher. A smartphone deal or just pay your bill. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period June 24 to September 5, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions.
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
We welcome you back with news that Jamaica's Meteorological Service is monitoring a developing El Nino weather pattern which could bring hotter temperatures and below normal rainfall across the island. The conditions may increase the risk of drought and place added pressure on water resources and agriculture. Now speaking on the Jamaica Information Service's Get the Facts, Principal Director of the Meteorological Service Jamaica, Evan Thompson, outlined what Jamaicans should expect in the months ahead.
But small changes may have big impacts sometimes, and we are expecting that temperatures generally in the Caribbean area are likely to trend a little bit above the norm as we go through the summer period. Right. It's always warm during summer, and then if it's even warmer, then we could be seeing, temperatures maybe even getting to some of the extremes that we have experienced in the past. So we're watching very closely to see how that could develop. We could get a drought that rivals the intense drought that we experienced about 4 years ago. That went through December, January, February into March. We could see that being repeated. And if that does occur with less than normal rainfall, we're going to have to try and find other sources of water.
Councillors in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation are raising concerns over pension payments of both past and present civil servants, as well as a promotion policy within the council. Crystal Williams has more.
No, but there must be something that we're doing wrong. There must be a level of incompetence. But these people can't get their money.
Former Mayor Ludlow Matheson raised the point during the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation's meeting. He says there are a number of other persons who have served the council in the past that have not received their pensions. Councillor for the White Horses Division, Hubert Williams, says he has raised this point multiple times.
This is a point when we raise months upon months, over and over, about people who have given service to the council and can't get a pension. You know, people apply what? 3 years ago for the pension and can't get a pension. If we don't get paid 1 month, the whole will start out. So what about these people who are supposed to get them paid every month and they can't get it? They left the council 4 years. They left the council 4 years and them can't get the money. I'm here to talk about some of the people who work really hard.
Another concern of Councilor Williams is the promotion policy within the council. He says he questions the integrity of the process.
I have concern about the system and the processes. I have serious problem, and I start to question the integrity of the council when it comes to the promotion policies, how they promote people. And I'm going to look at the position of Deputy Inspector of Court. And I'm not here to defend any one person. I'm here to defend a system. We are doing something right. What are we so much afraid about? Tell me, what is the secrecy in these? These are public posts. So we don't understand what the level of secrecy.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
The opposition is calling for parliamentary scrutiny of the Firearm Licensing Authority following an Integrity Commission report on the agency. Kevin Black has that follow-up.
Weeks after the Integrity Commission's report on the Firearm Licensing Authority was tabled in Parliament, the document has raised questions about governance and oversight at the agency responsible for regulating firearm licenses. The report identified concerns surrounding the FLA's operations and recommended measures to strengthen accountability. According to opposition spokesman on national security, Fitz Jackson, the matter should now be examined by Parliament's Internal and External Affairs Committee.
I had proposed that the report of the from the Integrity Commission on the happenings, so to speak, at the FLA should be examined by the committee, and that is in the context of the remit and the responsibility of the oversight committees of Parliament.
He says the committee is the appropriate forum to review the FLA's operations and address the concerns raised.
The Internal Affairs Committee, by the stipulation in the standing orders, it is to investigate and inquire into matters related to national security, to the internal security of the country. The FLA is one such entity that is involved in the regulation of the use of firearms. So yes, it is the place for it to be so examined.
Jackson argues that maintaining trust in public institutions require decisive action when concerns are identified.
The egregious nature of it, we would ask for the Chief Executive Officer to stand aside until the matters are addressed. Public trust, not only in us political leaders and public officials, are imperative, but also the institutions that we run.
Kevin Black for CVM News.
And a story now of the impact on a primary school located in an inner city whose neighbors are spending time while being rehabilitated. I was actually on that assignment.
I'm standing here at a pedestrian crossing. To that side is a section of the General Penitentiary, and over there, a school which has had its own fair share of ups and downs. And then further down, you're looking at the General Penitentiary. Now that's a section the school is ensuring that the students have no interest in. As you can see, the police, they're passing by. That's what they do here. They traverse this area because they're all about maintaining peace in this here community.
When Juliet Campbell-Bennett first put foot on this school compound in Southside, she was just a girl from St. Mary with no teaching skills looking for a break in the city. She landed at 6A Tower Street, close to high brick walls with barbed wires running along the top.
Tower Street Adult Correctional Facility. At one time, persons used to think here was also a part of the prison because there wasn't any gate at the front right there. There was just this brick wall. It was like a negative thing towards it. It was like a stigma. But then we started a relationship with the prison. So the superintendent and the commissioner decided that they would adopt the school. When you see the school is well painted, the inmates. So inmates, the superintendents, the commissioner, everyone contribute to this school and its development. So it's a positive thing. And they will come and speak to the children, well, don't do anything to go over there, and it's not a nice place. And they would say, me now want to go over there.
Her mindset also changed from a pre-trained teacher to a micro-graduate. She became acting principal, then principal since 2018, determined St. Michael's will again be dubbed Southside University.
Some of the teachers that were here that I knew before said to me that, Miss, you're not going to stay long here. The children here are very dangerous and you can't manage them. Can't. Say, okay, and 33 years later, I am here.
Meanwhile, with 13 staff members and registration figures inching back to the 300 pre-COVID school population numbers, literacy and numeracy standards are also impressively trending upwards from 9 to 70%.
To date, when we take in children that persons at other schools refuse to take in because they are considered slow, because originally they said this is the slow school. We know that we have to help them. Who else will if we don't? You know? So when a boy comes in at grade 4, can't even pronounce cat, know that C says k, A says a. At grade 2, and at grade 4, he's able to pass his grade 4 literacy. And at grade 6, you get a scholarship just to see the children advancing. I love the challenge, you know. So send them, man, send them.
She says ensuring students from the hidden school in central Kingston compete on platforms familiar and novel to them, the trophies as well as the certificates are bragging rights, even for the children in the special unit.
They are still operating on the School of Hope, but they have a classroom here, and our children work close with them. They do not segregate or think that they are special so they can't play with them. And that is the whole idea, to get them know that they are special too, and they are human being created by the same God. So as they grow older, they will know how to relate to them when they go out in public. Persons were saying, boy, the government will move the school from beside the prison. It can't move again.
Carolyn Brown reporting for CVM News.
And now we turn to regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, the nation's partnership with the United States continues to strengthen across areas including security, healthcare, technology and investment. The details from TTT News.
Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago and the United States share a partnership built on cooperation, mutual interests and a common vision for development. Speaking at the U.S. Embassy's Independence Day reception, marking America's 250th anniversary, the Prime Minister welcomed the continued strengthening of ties between both nations.
We wish you every success during your tenure, and we're especially pleased to welcome you at a time when our countries continue to strengthen an already enduring friendship.
The Prime Minister said the relationship has expanded beyond diplomacy, pointing to cooperation in security, healthcare and technology. She highlighted joint initiatives, including training exercises with the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, law enforcement cooperation, and support to strengthen national healthcare infrastructure.
And on the international scene, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, a key Republican who went from a vocal critic of President Donald Trump to one of his most loyal allies on Capitol Hill after Trump became president, has died at age 71. We hear more from Al Jazeera.
Breaking news in the early hours of Sunday morning at 2 a.m. local time. Senator Lindsey Graham's office announced that the 71-year-old senator had died. In a statement, they said, on the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. Now, not much is known about how the senator passed away, but NBC has obtained police chatter that says an ambulance was called to